Hi everyone, I'm Emma, one of the dog training instructors at Dope Days. What I thought I would do today is share with you some tips and tricks on how to keep your dog entertained and enriched during lockdown. We're going to be using everyday items that you already have, like toilet roll middles, towels and newspapers, so you don't have to go out to the shops or anything like that. What I will say is do make sure you supervise your dog with any enrichment that you give them. This just makes sure that they don't ingest anything they shouldn't or hurt themselves in any way. So we're going to keep it safe and fun, and I will get on with the how-tos. So one of the first things we're going to do is make these little cardboard packages for our dogs. So our dogs can rip into these, dissect them, and just have fun destroying it. And all you need for this is a cardboard middle. So all you do is you fold down the edge, literally just pushing in the edges, and if you can see that. So you just push down the edge, and then pop in a treat. I've got these little treats. You can use your dog's daily food allowance for this. You don't need to use treats at all. Pop it in, and then fold down the other side. It's literally as simple as that. And you can make a bunch of these. If you're using your dog's food allowance, you could make 10 of them, and then let your dog play with them, destroy them, eat them, and just have a good time with them, basically. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do a destruction box. These are a firm favourite for those that work in rescue. We give them to our dogs all the time. We absolutely love them to pieces. It is a little bit more messy, so you might want to give this to your dog out in the garden. So just be warned, you will end up with little bits of paper everywhere. So what I'm going to use is a cardboard box. I've got my treats here. We can use our little parcels that we've made previously. I'm also going to put a toy in there just to mix things up a bit. And you can use newspaper. I'm going to use scrap paper just because that's what I have. I don't have any newspaper, so you just use whatever you have in your house. So we're just basically essentially going to stuff the box. So we can put in our little parcels. I'm going to put in the toy. I'm going to put in another toy roll middle, why not? I'm going to put in a little piece of paper. So I'm going to make like scrunchies of paper. So I'm just literally going to scrunch up the paper. We can put our treat inside the paper, and then that can go inside the box. And essentially we're in it with a box full of goodies that a dog can play with, run around, find the food. They've got to sniff out the food in there. They can find the toy, play with the toy. So it's just keeping it exciting for our dogs. So snuffle mats are something that have become really, really popular lately. I don't actually have a snuffle mat, but what I have is this hideous cushion. So essentially what a snuffle mat is, it's a mat that has lots of fringe, so you can hide treats in the fringe, and our dogs have to sniff it out, find it. This is another really, really good way to feed your dog its whole meal. You can very easily hide quite a lot of food in here, and this gets our dog's nose working, gets its brain working, they get their paws working, they want to paw at it. Obviously don't use your best cushions. And if you wanted to show on how to make a proper snuffle mat, do let us know and we can make one. You can make them with everyday household items. If you've got some old t-shirts or old fleeces, anything, any old fabric, you can make one. So do let us know if you want me to make a tutorial video on that. So we're going to make a very, very easy slow feeder for our dogs. All you need is an old muffin pan. I think most people have these in their cupboard somewhere, and a tennis ball. If you own a dog, you probably have tennis balls. So it really is as simple as taking your pan, getting your treat, putting it in. You can use your daily food allowance again. You don't necessarily have to be using treats, and put the tennis ball on top. Literally as simple as that. If you complete the rack, then our dogs can sniff around for the food, pick up the tennis ball, get the treat. It's getting them interacting a lot more, getting them using their nose, using their mouths, and having to use a little bit of brain work as well to figure out how to get to the treat. If you don't have a muffin pan, you can also use like apple trays. These just come with apples, and tennis balls fit very, very nicely in these as well. So again, just put the treats underneath, tennis balls on top, and our dog's got to use their brain a little bit to work out how to get the food. And for those of dogs that wolf their food, it's a very, very good way of slowing them down when they're eating their meals. One of the easiest pieces of enrichment you will ever do for your dog is a scatter feed. So this is really great if you're short on time, or if you literally have nothing in the house, you can still scatter feed. So you're literally taking your dog's food allowance and scattering it. You can hide it around your house, they can go and find it, or you can scatter it in the garden and they can snuffle around in the grass for it. It's so easy, so simple, so quick to do, and virtually no clean up as well, which is always a bonus. And it's great fun, basically. So I'm going to show you a snuffle box. It's kind of a hybrid between a snuffle mat and a destruction box. Ideally you'd have a bigger box. I just have this medium sized box, just to use whatever you have available to you. And essentially all you're going to do is get your treats or get your food allowance, put it in the box. If you want to add toys, you can add toys. Very helpfully, the box came with a load of paper. So you put a little paper in there, you can rip it up into tiny shreds if you want. It's totally up to you. So you add it, so you're basically filling the box with all sorts of goodies again, so your dog can physically dig in the box. This is another great way to get them using a natural behaviour in a really constructive way. If, for example, if you've got a dog that likes to dig in the garden, it lets them do that behaviour that comes naturally to them, but in a controlled manner that won't ruin the garden. Yeah, so that's another really simple one for you to do. I've had to change camera angle for this next one. So essentially what we're going to do is just scatter our treats on the towel, scatter them around, make sure they're nice and evenly distributed, and all we're going to do is literally just twist. So we're just twisting our towel to make a little spiral, and as you can see our treats are very nicely hidden in these little crevices, and so our dog's going to have to sniff out the treats, dig around, that kind of thing, to find the food, which is another way to slow them down eating if they wolf their food, or it's getting them using their brains essentially. So this is another towel exercise. I've got a smaller towel just for ease of showing it to you. So you're going to, again, scatter the treats all along the towel and make sure they're evenly distributed, and then just roll it up. It is quite difficult to do with one hand. So just roll it up all the way to the end, and then when our dogs get hold of this, they can either unroll it to get the treats out, or they can pick it up and shake it and get the treats out that way. Again, it's just making it more interactive and getting our dogs using their brains. So I hope you enjoyed those tips and tricks. So when you're thinking about enrichment for our dogs, you want to be thinking about how can we get them using their natural behaviours. We want to get them sniffing and digging and dissecting things, pulling things apart. Those kinds of behaviours they're going to find really rewarding and really stimulating, and it'll keep them busy for a little while, hopefully. So I hope you enjoyed that little video, and bye for now.